Hey everyone, welcome back. It's another video. I saw this video circulating over on X recently, and it is rather concerning as well. And I even saw some of my own friends that are Muslims. They also shared this video, which became rather concerning to me when I saw it because they're actually in full support of the man that has wiped out countless Arabs as well as Israelis as well, and they're treating him like he is a bloody god, and that is rather scary and concerning to me. So recently, even Australians went over to Lebanon to celebrate and attend the funeral of the late Hassan Nasrallah, a T-word organization leader that was barbaric, that was violent, and was brutal. And people are treating him like he is someone that they could look up to. And that, to me, I'm looking at this going, wow, we're in a lot of trouble. If you've got people from Australia that are allowed to go over there and then somehow come back, they're attending a funeral of a known T-word organization leader, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. And still, they're allowed back into this country. I do not know what the government is doing, but they should know. They should know that anyone that goes over to support a T-word organization leader's funeral, you're mourning his loss. You should not be allowed back into this country. If you are a citizen, you should have that revoked and you should be kicked the hell out. Stay in Lebanon for all we care. We do not want you here. There's damn well good reasons why we do not want you in this country. You are a sympathizer with terror. And we cannot have that in a civil democratic society, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you claim to be peaceful or whatever else. The moment you step foot out of this country to attend this man's funeral, it was a butcher and a madman. He wasn't an icon or a symbol of peace at all. He murdered countless Arabs, Muslims, and Jews. He did not care, not to mention Christians. And people are, it's like, as Gad Sad says, suicidal empathy. That's what this is all about. They're worshipping and they're following somebody that doesn't deserve to be followed at all, whose values and beliefs did not align with Western democratic beliefs and values, I'll have you know. He hated the West. He taught against the West. He committed atrocities, and is it any wonder that he's gone? But have a watch of these people. Some of them are from Ireland, right? That are celebrating this man. Have a watch.
I was thinking about liberation of the entire world.
Resilience.
A noble man.
When you study the histories of revolutions and anti-colonial struggle and anti-imperialist struggle, we see some figures, some people that they come out, that they shine. And Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah was one of these people.
From an outsider reading about Nasrallah, I just knew him, I suppose, as a freedom fighter. I knew him as somebody who stood up against the Zionist regime and defeated the Zionist regime. He was an inspiration to me, stood up for his people, fought for his people, lived amongst his people and died amongst his people. So I'm excited to be part of, I kind of think, a media revolution where people are no longer looking to CNN or BBC, they're looking to independent media, and I feel like I'm going to play my small part in doing that, hopefully through satire.
He's a very noble man. He lived his life according to the tenets of Islam. He is one of the people who the people in this region can look up to as someone who epitomizes the behavior of the Holy Family, the Ahlul Bayt, an exemplar of a leader and a hero in the region.
So you are not afraid anymore?
Wallah, no.
Yeah, freedom fighter, a noble man, someone that houses the idea of resilience, someone that when you think about these figures that went against anti-colonialism struggles and anti-imperialism struggles. Hassan Nasrallah is one of those people that somehow shines in all of that. When you're talking about these going against the Zionistic regime, apparently, or you're really going against the Jewish people, you can't use Zionism or Zionists as a cop-out for really what you truly want. And Hassan Nasrallah, by the way, ended the lives of countless people that claim to be Jews or that were actually Jews and Zionists as well. So he didn't care. He saw you as, didn't matter if you claim to be a Zionist or not. He saw you as a Jew. And that was enough. It's astounding to me. And the only way I can really boil it down is to what Gads had brilliantly said. It's a suicidal empathy. You're going after and you're empathizing with a madman, because you yourself are a madman. You yourself are someone that no one should associate themselves with. Like, that is just crazy to associate yourself and to sympathize or to even promote somebody that took the lives of countless individuals, goodness knows how many, and then to call him a noble man, a man of resilience. Like, how dare you? What is wrong with you? And again, I saw quite a few people that I know post this over on Instagram and on X. And I'm like, oh boy, bit too close to home. Anyway, have a watch of Avi Yemeni talk about how some Australians have been going over to attend this funeral.
It has come to light that a handful of Islamists from Australia have made the trek to Lebanon for the funeral of Hassan Nasrallah, the late Hezbollah leader. Among them is a Sydney-based Muslim cleric who runs a Scouts program for young kids. Let that sink in. His program boasts a comprehensive curriculum focused on building strong Islamic foundations, character development, and moral values. Moral values? Really? We're talking about a guy mourning the leader of a prescribed outfit that's thousands worldwide, including, by the way, yes, a whole lot of Muslims. If we dig a little deeper, I'd wager that we'd find that our tax dollars are somehow bankrolling parts of this operation, helping radicalize impressionable kids who might one day turn against Australia. How's that for a return on investment? The fact that our spineless government is letting people who live here jet off to Lebanon to honor one of the world's most ruthless is beyond absurd. And this isn't just one rogue Islamic cleric either. We've already had half a dozen named people brazen enough to flaunt their pilgrimage online. Then there are, of course, the mosques right here in Australia holding events to mourn this guy. They're not hiding their admiration. In fact, they're bringing that hate home to Australia with them. We need to shut this down now, hard. Any non-citizen who went to that funeral or organised or even attended an event, cancel their visa and deport them, no questions asked. Dual citizens, strip them of their Australian citizenship and send them packing. And for any Australian without another citizenship to fall back on, throw the full weight of the law at them. If we don't act, trust me, things down under are going to get a whole lot uglier.
Islamic personal development. This cleric that attended the leader's funeral, allow that to sink in for a moment as well. T-word organization leader, Hassan Nasrallah. Everyone knows who he is. And this cleric who's from Sydney, attended his funeral that runs a program for young kids. Islamic personal development, a Scouts program, no less. You want to indoctrinate the young kids. And they say Christians are bad by having camps, Christian camps and churches and all that sort of stuff. You've got to be kidding me. Islamic personal development, a comprehensive curriculum focused on building strong Islamic foundations, character developed, and moral values. Gee, I wonder what they entail. Do they entail chanting vile, hateful remarks? Do they entail shouting at the rooftops, Allah Akbar? Gee, I wonder what these strong foundations happen to be. Oh, I'm an infidel. Oh, I don't deserve to live here. I wonder. I really really do wonder. So to close this, Avi Man is right. Why are we allowing these people back into the country if they've left to attend a T-word organization's leader's funeral? That is absurd. And Australia, our politicians have got to make a stand, and they've got to make it now. Otherwise, Australia is doomed. Albanese's too busy hanging out with Reagan and all these other dingbats to actually really care about the Australian people and their safety. Australia first, right? Yeah, sure. Anyway, that's enough from me. Well, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.